Republic ground, Cessna 130 Juliet Alpha. NASA flyers like to taxi to the active for a southeastbound departure with Charlie.
With Charlie, please.
Someone stepped on you.
Cessna 130 Juliet Alpha, Republic ground, runway 32, taxi via Golf Delta, latest Charlie current.
32 via Golf Delta, 0 Juliet Alpha.
And we have Charlie.
And a Cherokee calling us again.
But it's okay.
Yep.
Yes, sir, good afternoon. Cherokee 357 Papa at Atlantic, taxi with Charlie, please.
Cherokee 357 Papa, runway 32, taxi via cross runway 1 at the approach and Golf Alpha.
And you retract the flaps?
Yes.
Taxi, runway
Brake
32,
check.
cross runway 1.
That's because we had all the prop wash from the other planes.
Yep, I hear you. My brakes are good. Your controls?
My controls. And my brakes are good. Your controls.
My controls.
Your controls.
And a right turn. I definitely want to start getting like way more conscious of winds, obviously. That's got to come back. Like just being totally conscious of them all the time.
Right, and that's why we always put it in there.
Yeah.
So turn into the wind or dive away from the wind.
Right. I could see why it's good even when they're light to get in the habit of doing it.
Yep.
Just automatic, right? Like you were saying.
And then that will also just become second nature. You don't even think about it.
One thing you said to me at the end of the last flight kind of stuck, and it made sense. Taking off in the wind. You know, because I was like, well, how do you kind of, you know, you're corrected as you're rolling.
Right.
And as you start to rotate, I'm just like transitioning, but it made sense. You're saying like, even as you're taking off, if anything, you would, if you bring your the upwind wind down,
Right.
then
that way,
that's the whole gist of what you're trying to do.
Essentially, yes. So basically, the wind wants to come under the wing and lift it up.
Right.
So if we keep that upwind wing down, that way there's no wind that can get under it, kind of tip us over it, or kind of jump us along the runway. And we keep it full in the beginning, and then as the ailerons become more effective, as we get more airflow over them,
right,
we sort of take a little bit of it out. And when we take off, we're probably still going to have a little bit of aileron into the wind, and that way, the second we take off, we're not just going to, you know,
right,
lift off to the side. We have that control.
Countering it as we rotate.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. And it's not an exact science, obviously, it's a feel too.
Right.
All right.
All right, so the comms are all you today.
Okay. Okay, brake check. Now we're on to the before takeoff run up. Parking brake, I'm going to leave off. I got them. Seat backs, good. Seat belts,
all good.
Doors closed and locked. Flight controls free and correct. Up, thumb up, aileron. Thumb up, aileron.
Oh, you do it. I'll check it in the air.
Number 2 following Cessna traffic in a shoreline.
Number 2 following Cessna traffic on the shoreline, 3 Fox Tango.
Republic Tower, Cessna 130 Juliet Alpha is holding short at 32 Delta.
Cessna 130 Juliet Alpha, Republic Tower, runway 32, line up and wait, traffic 3 mile funnel.
Line up and wait, 0 Juliet Alpha.
Cessna 820 Juliet Alpha, cancel landing, clearance, traffic in position, similar sounding call signs, use the full.
Copy, we're using the full cancel landing clearance, continuing 820 Juliet Alpha.
Cherokee 75 Victor parking.
Yeah, so that's the other 0 Juliet Alpha.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Please, ground point 6.
So we're lining up and waiting right now.
Correct.
Cessna 130 Juliet Alpha, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 130 Juliet Alpha.
Cirrus 4 Bravo Romeo, have the traffic ahead, 2,200 feet, pair of Cessnas in
Wind
sight.
corrections in,
Bravo Romeo,
heels to the floor.
Thank you.
Full power.
Cessna 820 Juliet Alpha, clear to land.
Clear to land.
Airspeed's coming alive.
Alpha,
Cessna 3 Fox Tango, your traffic's on a 2 mile final now, Cessna.
Traffic 5 3 Fox Tango.
Cessna 3 Fox runway 32, clear to land with 31017, gust 33.
Farmingdale Southend number 2, 3 Fox Tango.
And when you get a chance, just confirm that the southeast is approved.
Okay.
329 Pop Tower, hold
Because he didn't tell us it was, so.
Short 2.5. One check, please.
33, correction, 300 at 17, gust 33.
Confirm southeast approved for 130 Juliet Alpha.
130 Juliet Alpha, I didn't see that request, but yes, you're right, downwind is approved.
Right downwind approved, 130 Juliet Alpha.
Republic Tower, good afternoon. Cherokee 357 Papa on the Alpha side for departure, requesting a right-hand downwind departure, please, to the southwest. I'm sorry, southeast.
Cherokee 357 Papa Tower, hold short, runway 32.
I know I've asked you this, and I think I know the answer. We can climb through traffic pattern altitude, right?
Yes, we want to.
Number 2, 3 Fox Tango, clear to land.
Clear to land, 3 Fox Tango.
Because there may be people coming from the north entering the pattern.
Okay.
And we want to be above that.
Tower, Cherokee 38433.
Because the rule is, when they enter the pattern, they're supposed to be at pattern altitude. So if we're above it, we should be good.
Okay. Yeah, I guess what just throws me off is they call it a downwind departure, so like you're...
Right.
It makes you feel like you're supposed to be like in the pattern, kind of. I got it.
Yeah, if you stay at pattern altitude, they'll typically yell at you.
Okay.
Especially if there's traffic coming in.
It's clear day. It's not...
Cessna 820 Alpha, roger, Alpha 5 ground point 6.
Alpha 5 ground point 6, thank you, 0 Alpha.
They're back to 0 Alpha again.
So I did keep the wing low, you know.
So you could have, a little bit less would have been okay.
Okay.
Say it again.
So we were at about 60 when we rotated. We could have rotated a little bit earlier.
Okay.
But when the wind is high like that and gusty, it's okay to rotate a little later because if you were to lose airspeed, it's better to have extra.
Follow.
Cherokee 29 Pop, runway 32, line up and wait traffic in our shoreline.
Line up and wait, 29 Papa.
Cessna 9 Delta, continue, there'll be traffic in position prior to your arrival.
29 Delta.
Fox Tango Alpha 4 ground point 6.
And we always want to be mindful. Make sure that we're staying out of the approach path for 3-2.
Got it.
Cherokee 29 Pop, make left traffic, runway 32, clear for takeoff.
So pretty much if you stay left of the bridge, you'll be alright.
Cherokee 57 Pop, your right downwind is approved, runway 32, cleared for takeoff.
Takeoff, Optum Papa, thank you.
What would you like me to climb to?
That's up to you.
Okay.
3,000 is fine.
Okay. And almost there.
So what airspace are we in right now?
We are in the bottom of the delta of Farmingdale's delta.
So we're above it. So we're echo. Because it ends at 2600.
Okay, right.
A little bit of a trick there.
New York approach, Cessna 130 Juliet Alpha.
Go ahead.
0 Juliet Alpha is about 2 miles east of Captree at 3000, requesting flight following to Gabreski.
4375 at ident.
What did you say?
4375 ident.
Sorry. 4375 ident.
Alright. And we don't want to get too far from the shore.
Yep.
Gonna scoot back real quick to turn my Stratus on for traffic.
Okay.
30 Julie Alpha, ready to contact.
0 Juliet Alpha. I don't know if I needed to say that, but...
Hey, that's fine.
Okay.
Just, you know, letting them know that we received. You could just say Roger or 0 Alpha. Just preference. One thing a lot of people confuse is like saying affirmative compared to Wilco.
Oh, okay.
Like if they tell you turn right, don't just say affirmative. Say like okay, I'm turning right, or say Wilco, which means I will comply.
Right. They're different.
Right. So, because if they say, some people say, are you at 3,000 feet? If you say Wilco, that doesn't make any sense.
Right. Wilco means you're going to comply with what they're asking you to do.
Exactly.
Okay.
And affirmative means yes.
Right. Ground speed's 123.
Gonna lean it out a little bit.
130 Julie Alpha, traffic level lock at 3 miles up.
You just tell them insight.
Yep. Traffic in sight, 0 Juliet Alpha.
So he's talking about traffic to our left.
0 Julie Alpha, additional traffic, 12 o'clock at 2 miles.
I have both in sight.
2 Alpha, 5 to second for 2.
Both are in sight, 0 Juliet Alpha.
Him over there?
Got him. Yep.
And that guy over there.
Yeah, we're joining it now, so 105 Foxtrot. Okay, just to maintain 2,000 traffic on factor.
So he's kind of turning in front of us, so we really want to keep our eye on him.
Definitely.
He's passing off our left.
Right.
So this page here will come up when we're close to traffic.
Okay.
If you want to view the traffic page, you can press enter. If you want to go back to the previous page, you press clear. So you press clear, and it'll go back.
Okay. He's almost at 12 o'clock here. Coming. Looks like
he's descending.
Yeah, it does look that way. He's still kind of going that way.
Yep, so we'll just keep an eye on him, just in case he decides to climb up. Yeah, it says here, see, down arrow means he's descending.
Oh, okay.
But that doesn't mean he's going to continue.
So 100 Foxtrot, just pick up the traffic on right 2 o'clock, 3 miles west by 2,100 step unknown.
Looking for traffic, 710 Fox.
Now he's 900 feet below us.
Right.
All right. Still in sight here.
So we're on our way there. Why don't we go ahead and put the frequencies in?
All right. So let's see. We should probably put them down here, right? Cool.
Either way, I typically put listening on the bottom, talking on the top.
You just get my airspeed stabilized here and my vertical speed.
All right.
So you put, can you repeat that again? I'm sorry.
So I would put tower at the top on the standby.
Okay.
And I'd put the weather at the bottom.
Okay. Tower on top, and okay, so...
And traffic inside, so
And what's, that's somewhere. I'll find it.
So 100 Fox, clear for approach, maintain
125.3.
Clear for the approach, maintain VFR, so 100 Fox.
Aircrusher 730 Alpha, like request of your 6 for payment from Calston.
125.3.
So 30 Alpha, depart Calston, transition, climb 18, 2,500.
That wasn't for us.
For Calston on transition and
119.92.
kilometers, 730.
So it doesn't go to a whole
That's correct. 119.
18.925?
Yes.
Or?
So the 925 is 0.92.
Oh, is that
There's
right?
no 920.
Okay. All right. So if we want to listen to, but not leave New York approach, we put the COM 2 here.
Uh-huh. And make sure we're listening to the right one.
Right. Or correct, I should say.
Dew point -04 Celsius. Altimeter 3015. Remarks. Density altitude -700. Suffolk County Airport, West Hampton Beach.
altimeter, or should I stay with the one of New York
You
approach?
can put the altimeter in now.
That was 3015.
We're about 10 miles, 11 miles out.
Alright.
So let me know when you can see the airport.
I'm assuming that's it right there.
That's it?
Yep.
Suffolk County Airport, West Hampton Beach, New York. Automated weather observation 1853 Zulu. Wind
8 miles now.
Gabreski Tower, Cessna 130 Juliet Alpha is 8 miles to the west. Request a touch and go and departure to the east.
130 Juliet Alpha, Gabreski Tower, report the left downwind runway 33. Wind 330 at 16, gust 24, altimeter 3015.
Left downwind for 330 Juliet Alpha.
Alright. So, which way is runway 33 going?
Runway 33 is, well, 33 is
Tower 2 effects
like
off
that.
of whiskey.
Yep.
So we're going to kind of do that.
Have a nice weekend.
So I can start going there.
Yep, so we're kind of just gonna... I mean, you could pretty much just go right towards the airport.
Okay.
If anything, at the end, you can kind of cut out to enter the downwind a little better. And one thing to just be a little careful of is west is well over there at this distance, so southwest is really where we are.
Okay. We're like in line with runway, I mean, I don't know if it's 6 or roughly 6 or 5.
Runway 6.
6. We are entering the left downwind for 33.
Yep.
Getting close to pattern altitude. 130 Juliet Alpha is entering the left downwind, 33.
130 Juliet Alpha, after this, make right traffic, runway 33, clear for touch and go.
Right traffic clear for touch and go.
And just make sure you see the tail.
Yep.
So he thinks we want to stay for touch and goes, it sounds
Right,
like. So
right.
let's tell him we're going to depart to the west after
Okay.
one touch and go.
Let me just get a beam here and
Yep.
I'll do that. Power back. Tower 130 Juliet Alpha is going to do one touch and go and depart to the east.
Alright, after the touch and go, right turn out approved.
Right turn out approved after the touch and go 0 Juliet Alpha.
Alright, good.
Alright.
I think I accidentally said depart to the west before, but you're right. Depart to the east.
And 20. Feet. Five knots. Wow.
Pull that power to idle.
Yeah, we're high.
Before pitching down, before you do that, let's put the flaps in. Otherwise, we're going to get too fast to put them in.
Oh, I see.
I'd ask for a wind check if I were you.
Wind check.
330 at 14, gust 24.
Right down the runway.
666, you're downwind.
66 Victor number 2, following the Cessna short final, clear for touch and go.
66 Victor, clear, touch and go at number 2. We got the traffic in sight. So these trees will give you some, like, swirling wind a little bit. Alright.
Lots of birds.
Yeah, let's
Get up.
Alright, you're okay. I just wanted to make sure we did not hit those birds. And as a courtesy, you can just tell them there's a big flock of birds.
Tower King 79 is with you. On the approach runway 24, full stop, gear down.
King 79 Gabreski Tower, good afternoon. Wind 330 at 12, gust 24. Your number 2, traffic Cessna 172. We'll be doing a touch and go on 33. You are clear to land runway 24.
Clear to land runway 24, keep an eye out for the traffic, King 79.
Tower 0 Juliet Alpha is just letting you know there's a pretty large flock of birds just above the runway.
Right, what part of the runway?
Right in the middle.
Roughly midfield.
All right.
And turning to the east.
So,
Juliet Alpha, when you make your right turn to go eastbound, there is a C-130. It's about a 6-mile final from runway 24.
0 Juliet Alpha looking.
it should be pretty easy to spot.
Yeah,
I got him in sight.
I see him.
Check out that little runways.
Is that for radio control planes?
It could be for like little cubs and stuff. Hyper cubs can land on that stuff.
Wow.
I just want to tell them we have the C-130.
And we have the C-130, 0 Juliet Alpha.
Thank you. King 79, traffic's 172 eastbound. He's just north of the field now, crossing the extended center line of runway 119. He does have you in sight.
Okay, we have that traffic in sight as well, sir.
And you can always tell it's a military guy when they check in with tower, they say gear down. Because that's part of their,
Protocol,
what they do.
yeah.
So, do you want to try to mess with the GPS a little bit?
Sure. So
why don't you press the direct button there? Oh, this is the one with the D there.
Oh, yeah.
So go ahead and push that. Alright, and then you scroll with the big knob so it's highlighted down there.
okay.
Just pull that power back first to cruise.
All right. Let's get stable here. Okay, so you go to the nearest function with the big
And
knob.
then now the little knob. Don't push in.
Oh, okay.
So,
Direct again?
yep. Then scroll with the big knob, and then scroll with the little knob.
Nearest and then little knob. Okay.
And then just keep going till you see HTO. And
Yep.
then enter, enter. So this button there.
Okay.
The worn out
That
one.
gets used a lot.
Yeah.
Enter.
Then it'll give us a line right to it.
Sweet. Yeah, I mean, you look at it, it looks complicated, but really when you break it down, it's... but every time I go to touch it, we're doing, we're flying.
66 Victor, runway 33, clear for touch and go. I've been watching these birds. They almost look like they're over echo now. They've kind of been going northbound, but they are over echo right now. Just make you aware of it.
Alright, thanks. We'll keep a lookout for that. Clear touch and go, 3366 Victor.
King 79, exit via the high speed. You can taxi in.
All right, high speed to the ramp, King 79.
else you can do is you can actually track it with this. So that's set up with GPS. Oh, okay, so you don't even have to turn this. It looks like it'll just sort of center up. So you see how the course is to the right?
Oh yeah.
So that means we're to the right.
It's matching up with our direct to. Okay. And we're 13 miles out, right?
Correct.
And I guess we can start looking at their. Should we listen to their AWAS, I guess?
Yeah.
118.075.
Row 12. East Hampton Control Tower is closed. For traffic advisories, contact CTAP on 125.22. Noise abatement procedures in effect.
Actually, I should have put that in while I had this up. 125.225. 125.225.
East Hampton Airport, automated weather observation 1925 Zulu, weather, wind 320 at 14, gust 19, visibility 10, clear below 12,000, temperature 9 Celsius, dew point -4, altimeter 3012.
East Hampton Control Tower is closed. For traffic advisories, contact CTAP on 125.22. Noise abatement procedures in effect.
So now we're way out of their airspace now, right?
Yep.
So okay.
We're 8 miles away from FOK now.
Automated weather
You
observation.
zoom in and out with this. So if you push the up, it's like lifting up higher above the ground to see more.
Okay.
At 1.
So then we can see their airspace.
19, visibility 10, clear below 12.
What I like to do is have one a little closer.
Dew point -4.
So they're just duplicates, huh?
Yeah.
Unless you change it to some other function.
East Hampton Control Tower is closed. For traffic advisories, contact CTAP on 125.22. Noise abatement procedures in effect.
So now we can pretty much, confirm. We'll tell them what we're, about 8 miles to the west.
Airport, automated weather
So now I
observation
go.
192.
East Hampton traffic, Cessna's, a white Cessna, 8 miles to the west, inbound, left traffic for 34. East Hampton.
All right, good.
So 34 is going to be like that.
Yes.
Actually, that's the back end. That's the opposite runway of 34, I would think.
What? This?
Yeah? No? 34. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We're
Let's make sure it's lined up. It says, so 34 is the one going this
this way, right?
this way.
Right. So I guess what I'm saying is this is the reciprocal?
No.
No?
That's runway 10.
Oh, okay.
We're using the shorter runway, which is, let's see how long, 2,000 feet. So what I would recommend is a full stop taxi back.
Okay.
You can just give an update, 5 miles out now.
East Hampton traffic, Cessna's 5 miles out, inbound, to the west.
So we're inbound from the west, and we want to tell them what we're planning on doing. So let's fly towards the airport first before we turn out, because otherwise we're not entering midfield.
Tony's taxi now to 28 East Hampton. East Hampton traffic, helicopter 452 Lima Hotel. We're turning base to final for the parallel taxiway, runway 28.
So if they're using 28, we should use 28.
Okay.
So just enter this left downwind for 28.
So is this 28 here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's tell them.
East Hampton traffic, Cessna's inbound, entering the left traffic for 28, about 3 miles out.
You still keep going towards the airport.
Okay.
Then we'll be at 1100 when we're entering.
Got it.
Because 3-4, the one we were planning on, they're not using, so we're not going to be, you know, jerk.
Alright, we're going to side slip over here to runway 28.
East Hampton traffic says it's entering a left downwind for 28 East Hampton.
So it might be beneficial to let them know it's going to be a touch and go.
East Hampton traffic says it's on the left downwind. We're going to be a touch and go. East Hampton.
And always tell them the runway.
Runway 28. Slower down.
We're always keeping our eyes out for traffic.
Yep.
So, I'd make sure you tell them we're turning final so this guy doesn't cut out to the runway.
East Hampton traffic says it's turning final for 28 East Hampton.
So careful, when you're turning left, you gotta use left rudder.
Yep.
That's where you get into a cross-controlled stall in that situation.
Stay with 20 degrees of.
Yeah.
Please taking 28 for departure East Hampton.
Right away, full power, full power, full power. Alright, so you gotta be real careful there. Got to about 95 knots there on final
Yep.
with 20 degrees of flaps in. That could really damage the plane.
Okay.
Alright, you can put those flaps in now. I've changed it from 20 degrees to 10 degrees.
Okay.
So if you have those flaps in, don't let that nose come forward to speed up.
Okay.
We should tell them that we're departing to the east.
East Hampton traffic, Cessna's going to be departing to the east. East Hampton traffic.
Careful, don't turn right. We're always doing left traffic.
Oh, okay.
East Hampton straight out.
Alright, just take a look at your airspeed real quick.
Yep.
So, what do we want to climb at?
I mean, initially, much lower than that.
Yeah, the thing is, because when we have full power, that we're really just running that engine way faster than we need to if we don't pitch up. So it's best to actually climb out, get above the pattern altitude, and then we can start letting that nose come back down.
Okay.
Another thing we gotta be mindful of is making sure we do that before landing checklist.
Oh, yes.
So landing light mixture, full rich. towards Groton, and to figure out how we're flying towards Groton, we can put it in GPS if you'd like.
Sure.
Whenever you feel comfortable, we'll do that.
Direct.
Since Groton's not that close, if we go to the nearest function, it might take a little while to get there.
I see.
There, oh, there it is. Enter, enter. That tells us. And it doesn't hurt to just say we're overflying the field at 2,500 northeastbound.
East Hampton traffic, Cessna's overflying the field, 2,500 eastbound.
It's not required, but,
yeah,
you know, it's courtesy.
Okay. Guess I'll go to about 3,000.
Yeah, we can do that. 3,000, 3,500.
Okay.
Alright, so it's looking good. We're on course to Groton.
Beautiful day over the South Fork.
It is.
Yeah.
And you see all the way out there, that's Block Island.
Yep.
And to the south of that, there's all the little windmills.
Yes, that's right. You can see them from Camp Hero, just on the land there when you're standing there.
It sure is a clear day.
I've been out to Montauk many, many times over a lot of years. My in-laws used to have a house there.
It's a cool little airport out there.
Yeah. You ever stop and get out?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So that's an example of an airport with right and left traffic. So
Yeah.
basically they want the traffic to just stay over the water. So it's right traffic for the
2-4. And left for 6. I only know because I just was looking at that like today or yesterday.
I believe that's, which one is it? Plum Island. Is it that one? Yeah, that's straight
Plum.
ahead is Plum Island.
Yep. I've been over there with my boat.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, my wife and I, we trailed it once when we first had it over to Orient and launched it over there. And we took it to Newport, Rhode Island. It was adventurous for a 23-foot boat.
Yeah. When are you putting it in the water? As soon as it gets warm?
I'm in line, you know, and if I get some takers, I'm gonna sell it.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
We've had it 9 years, 8 or 9 years. Could always get back to it if we want. It's getting older and it's still in good shape, so we should get a good resale on it.
Let's try and pick an altitude and stick with it.
All right, stick around 2,700.
3,700.
37. Thank you. What I was going to say is that's Plum Gut in there, it's called. The currents are intense.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you see,
It's like a funneling of the water. Yeah,
yeah.
Like just...
You can definitely see it from up here too, the current.
Yep. It's cool looking over the Great South Bay by Fire Island to see all those like channels. You can see why you have to be real careful boating.
Oh yeah.
You can go aground so easily.
Really easy to get beached.
Wow, what a view out this way to the west.
Looks good.
Awesome.
Now look at that super long sandbar there.
Oh yeah.
Just to the right, at the end of the sandbar, there's like a little lake type of thing.
Yep.
And then just to the left of that, there's an airport.
Oh.
Grass strips.
Oh, okay.
I believe it's private. I don't even know if it's on the maps.
Is that Fisher's Island or maybe?
Fisher's Island's the one out there.
Oh, Fisher's Island's out there.
Yep.
Oh no, that's yeah.
Ridge.
Yep, right at the waterline.
Yep.
And we're 15 miles out. Might as well listen to their weather. Groton Tower, Cessna 130, Juliet Alpha is 9 miles to the southwest, requesting a touch and go with India.
Right, 9 southwest, say your numbers.
130 Juliet Alpha.
Number 130 Juliet Alpha, Groton Tower, report a left base, runway 33.
Left base for 330 Juliet Alpha. So now I'm going to make a power change, go full rich.
Yeah, full rich.
Groton Tower, 72 Quebec, midfield, down
By the fuel.
33, touch and go.
Fuel and
72 Quebec,
yeah,
runway 33,
flickering.
clear touch and go, wind 310 at 18, gust 25.
33, touch and go, 72 Quebec.
So typically 18 or 1900 RPM is a good power for descent. So do you remember the trick to line up this final with
Yeah, OBS.
the runway? Yeah, go ahead and push the OBS.
And then dial this into the runway heading. Huh.
There it is.
Sweet.
It's kind of already in there somehow.
It's funny how just depending on the timing and first seeing it, it's like, what? And now it's so much more simpler. Simple.
Then you can just change it however you want. 3-3, direct to the airport.
Yeah, that's good. When I let them know I'm on the base, should I tell them we're going to be a touch and go with a departure to the west?
You can tell them that now.
Okay. Would I tell them I'm on the base?
No, we're not on the base yet, really. We're still far out.
130 Juliet Alpha is going to be a touch and go with a departure to the west after that.
For 130 Juliet Alpha, runway 33, clear touch and go, and west departures approved.
Clear touch and go, and west departure approved. 0 Juliet Alpha.
So one thing I highly advise is coming in a lot higher, because there's no way we'd make it to the airport right now.
Okay. So reserve altitude and
Oh yeah. Because we'd end up in the drink if we lost power. Especially since we have a headwind pushing us away from shore.
and there's no reason to be below pattern altitude either, which I'm assuming is 1100.
Yeah, well, it's 100 here. Because, I mean, if you look at it, sea
1,000.
level,
Okay.
and the elevation's like maybe 6 feet or something, 8 feet.
Alright, let's get into landing, pre-landing checklist. Both, mixture's rich. Landing light. Seatbelts.
Groton Tower, 72 Quebec, left downwind for 33, touch and go.
72 Quebec, runway 33, number 2, following Cessna on the left base, clear touch and go.
Traffic at site,
Number 233, clear touch and go, 72 Quebec.
And we've got plenty of altitude to go with 20.
Groton Tower, very easy, 3-4 Echo Zulu, holding short 3-3, ready for takeoff, close traffic.
Crazy 34 Echo Zulu, Groton Tower, hold short, runway 33, I have 2, and I'll get you right out.
Holding short 3-3 for 2. Let's get that last notch in there. Pull up power to idle. Add a little power.
You get quite a sink rate when you start full flaps.
Yeah, with a headwind like this, you will.
Oh, right, yep. We're not making as much progress. 70 knots. And we got that. Bringing the power back more. 5.
So let's be a little quicker with the power, because I do have clear trees to clear.
Yes.
I mean, we're going to.
Right. And let's climb a little slower this time. Higher pitch.
Climb faster, slower speed.
Climb, right.
You know,
Climb with a slower airspeed. Sorry.
Yep.
Gotta be more clear. That's what I meant.
Yeah, I know what you meant. And we're cleared east.
Clear east.
I'm sorry, west.
West.
My mistake.
You went a lot of different directions today already.
Yeah, I did. This is round 4.
Yeah.
So, I think we should do a little bit of VOR tracking, if that sounds good to you.
That's fine.
So, let's track to Madison VOR.
Madison VOR.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Madison VOR is 110.4, that's already in there actually.
Okay.
And you'll see here, that says GPS. So this is currently tracking using GPS.
Okay.
So if you press CDI there, go ahead and push that.
That Cherokee that
You'll
just
see it says VLOC, so that means now it's VOR.
Fill down,
Yes.
clear for takeoff.
So how do we fly direct to a VOR?
Way 33 for closed traffic.
Well, we will. Sorry, let me
Number
just
1 in front of me.
don't want the RPMs to get too high here. Okay, we're on a west course first. Let me just. And I'll keep climbing.
It's up to you. We
Okay.
can stay at 2,000.
All right. Okay, so we obviously have to change the OBS direction here until we get a. Now we're on the
CDI.
CDI. We're from the 100 radial, so we're on the 100 outside of it,
Okay.
away from it, or whatever the terminology is. And then 2 would be the opposite of that, of course, so it's going to be somewhere over here. And sorry, let me just get this power set back here. Right about here. So we're on the we're going to the 282 radial.
Alright. We're going to simplify and make it 285. So if we turn to that heading, then we'll start flying towards it.
Right.
33, touch and go.
Cherokee 72 Quebec, runway 33 clear, touch and go. 129010, gust 25.
33, touch and go, 72 Quebec.
So right about there.
33, touch and go.
Cherokee 72 Quebec, runway.
So if we wanted,
Wind 330.
we want to do a touch and go at Bridgeport. Why don't you go ahead and put a direct to Bridgeport in there for me?
Direct to Bridgeport. I think it's Bravo Romeo Delta, right?
BDR.
BDR. Bravo Delta Romeo.
Yeah, you can take your time. You don't have to do it right away. Always fly the plane first.
Yep. There we go. Right. And then do I hit the little button?
Enter button.
Oh, enter button, that's right. And enter
then
again.
one more time.
Ah, yeah.
There it is. And Bridgeport also has a VOR that you can track. It's right in the field. So do you have Bridgeport's frequencies written down?
Oh, yep. Believe so. And the ATIS is 119.15.
Okay. So I've got a question for you. Are we able to fly directly to Bridgeport at this altitude, or is there something stopping us from doing that?
Oh, I don't have my 4 flight, which would, if some airspace.
Yeah, so let's do that.
And you showed me, and of
So
course.
the ring is up top. That says RNG. It'll show you like a ring, basically how much can you see. So go ahead. Zoom out there. Let's see. Is there any other airspace in the way? It's kind of tough to see on here because it's so small, but I can't even really see it on there. But basically, Brookhaven. I'm sorry, not Brookhaven. New Haven has Delta airspace.
Okay.
That we gotta watch out for. I'll show you on here. So these are, you just gotta pop over their airspace.
Okay.
We're into the sectional view here. Make it easier to see. So there's New Haven.
Oh yeah,
Bridgeport.
Okay. And that ceiling is 2,600 on there?
25.
25.
And we might have some smoother air up there. So let's just climb up to 3,000 for now. And just to point it out, so there's also here Sikorsky airspace. So that's where the helicopter, I think it's factory or whatever it is, or maybe it's just testing.
Yep.
Sikorsky's there, so really we don't want to descend below 25 until we're kind of in the Bravo. I mean in the Delta for BGR.
80 November Yankee, sir. We're 8 to the west, inbound landing Atlantic. We've got uniform. Look up 80 November Yankee, Roger, and report a mile out to the west. Expect landing, see parent Atlantic, he said? Yeah, we're going to Atlantic, and we'll report the mile. Yeah, 1 mile out to the west and expect landing.
Your ear bothering you again?
It wasn't the whole time until now. Yep.
We'll expect that 81.
Right here. So it's good it wasn't the whole time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Bridgeport, just B557. I guess we're about 7 out on the visual for 29, be a right down.
Just B557, Bridgeport Tower on the right downwind entry. Currently number 2 to the field, following Cherokee traffic on a departure end right downwind runway 29.
I got the ATA so long ago,
Okay,
I forgot
and I'll right down
the letter.
B557.
So, since we don't really need to listen to Bridgeport Tower right now,
Right.
we can just switch to only that. So if you notice, if you press just the mic one, the bottom one, it'll change both.
Got it.
Altimeter 3014.
That way we don't have to like fight with both frequencies, we can figure it out.
Request out there, space the Bridgeport is active. East caution for birds and wildlife, if I have initial contact, you have information, uniform.
Uniform. It's the same as we before.
Bridgeport Tower information, uniform, weather 1952 Zulu. Wind 33014, visibility 10, sky clear, temperature 1.
Well, that's calmer than everywhere else we've been.
Altimeter 3014.
14 knots.
Full approach, landing at
Just the surface winds. Everywhere else has been above 20 knots.
Yeah.
Bridgeport is active. East caution for birds and wildlife, if I have initial contact, you have information.
Oh, that's a good sign. All those little sailboats out.
Yep.
It's
Little regatta.
coming.
Information, uniform, weather 1952 Zulu.
I lived in Connecticut years ago with my wife for
Oh yeah?
a year and a few months. Yeah, up near Hartford.
Cool.
We bought a condo and I flew from Republic to close with the realtor.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, she met me at Brainerd.
Information, uniform.
And then I stopped flying. Like,
Bridgeport Tower information, uniform, weather 1952
I bet it feels good to be back up though.
oh yeah.
Visibility 10, sky clear, temperature 11, dew point -4.
I just have to be patient, you know, and
Yeah, and the more you do it, every time you're just gonna get better and better at everything.
Airspace north of Bridgeport is active. East caution for birds and wildlife, if I have initial contact, you have
I'm assuming that's that Bridgeport stack right there. They have their own stacks, or at least
That's it.
one big stack.
Bridgeport Tower information, uniform, weather 1952 Zulu. Wind 330.
So we can switch over to tower.
Sky clear, temperature 160 November Yankee.
And you don't have to be 10 miles away to call me. You can be any distance you want.
Cherokee on the short final runway 29. You'll be departing in with the left turn out to the west on departure. Roger, we'll
So I'm gonna request
wait for the Cherokee.
I'm gonna request a touch and go with a departure to the southwest after that.
Yeah.
Okay. Bridgeport Tower says the 130 Juliet Alpha is 12 miles to the east, requesting a touch and go with a departure to the southwest with uniform.
Number 130 Juliet Alpha, Bridgeport Tower from the east. Report a 4 mile string and final runway 29.
Report to 4 mile final 29. 0
as soon as we're out of New Haven, then we can start our descent.
Okay.
If you want to, or you can keep a little altitude since we're over water.
Okay. Yep, just finished up flight number 5 or 6. I'm losing track, but I was back in the traditional steam gauge Cessna that I flew the first several lessons with. Like I said, the last lesson in the Garmin with the G1000 was just it's going to take some getting used to. I want to get more comfortable flying again, and just feel just good about being up and have just comfort, much more comfort just flying, and then I'll let the G1000 come back in. It's a decision I made, and I think it was a good decision, and today went pretty well. We did a bunch of we did some airport hopping today, and my cameras unfortunately couldn't last. The battery couldn't last on the 2 GoPro Hero 6s that I have. It did last on this camera, the 3 Plus, but unfortunately my audio was not cabled to this camera. So, but we did. We went to, and I'll throw a map up on the video when I show this. But we went from Farmingdale to West Hampton, Gabreski Airport, to East Hampton, and East Hampton is in the off season is untowered, so or non-towered. So we did some non-tower work there. Then we went from there to Groton, Connecticut. Then we went to Bridgeport. I didn't like the way my landing was looking at Bridgeport, so I did a go-around, which Sebastian said was a good choice and the right choice, and I'm glad I did that. It was good to know that I didn't think twice about it. I just said, I'm not going to try to save this landing. I'm just going to go around. And then from there, we headed back to Farmingdale. So it was good. I wish I had my 4 flight on my lap today, but I just, in pre-flighting, I didn't take the time to do that. And next time I definitely got it. It's one of the larger iPads I have, so I would like to get a mini so that it would fit better on my leg, because I really want to start being more oriented to the airspace. I'm still relying a little bit too much on Sebastian for that, and that's about it.